Hello everybody, it's me again, and I'm going to record the last video related to this my app, my conversion app. So let's go ahead and get started. So open the project that we've been working on, my conversion app, and you can just open the folder and then go to my conversion app and then click on that my conversions.xcode project. All right, and if we look at this application that we had, if you just remember what we've done, we had a couple issues with it. Is that and we want to make it a little bit more user friendly. First of all, the text field here, we had to enter some, we had to change the label saying enter some value here. Okay, maybe there's a better way to do that. The other part is that when we click on this and then we can hit the key back to delete it, the keyboard, maybe it's not the right format for this kind of for this text field. We want to enter a numeric value, so you always have to go back and change it this way. Okay, so maybe we can make that a little bit better. Also, the last part is that how do you hide this keyboard? Even if I if I put some value here, and then I click Convert C, this should disappear. Okay, so how do we handle the keyboard? Now, I'm going to make this one a simple one, but I will create another video, a more elaborate video on how to handle different text fields and the different strategies to handle the keyboards, all right? So let's take a look at the storyboard again and see what can we do with this text field. First, I'm going to move this guy from the way, and let's take a look at the property for this text field. In this property, and you can click on the property from here, you can do things like a placeholder, or you can change the alignment, or you can change the text, you can change the color, okay, the stuff that you can do with the label. But the placeholder is the things that, like a descriptive text that you tell the user to enter a value instead of having a text label that instruct them to do that. So you can just say enter number here. Okay, and now it will appear in that text field. It looks like it's in the background. It's not. It does not exist there. So when you click, it hides. So this is one. The other thing that you can do here, you can do the border style. In the border style, right now it's rounded. You can make it a square if you want. You can make it doesn't have any border. But I think this is the standard, so leave it as is. Okay. Another thing that you can do here, you can do things like if it's a text field, if you're typing a text message or something, you can tell it if what do you want to do with capitalization. For example, you want to capitalize every word, or you want to capitalize the beginning of each sentence, or everything is capitalized. Okay, so you have the option to format to give different options of on how to capitalize this text field. Another thing you can do is corrections and spell checking. For example, you can say, I want to do a spell check. You can do corrections, yes or no. You can do keyboard type. We'll take a look at this in more details. Then you have the different look of keyboard. You want it to be light or dark, okay? And here we have, you have the return key, and I'll explain this in a minute. But let's take a look at this keyboard type, and this is what we're interested in right now. You have different. The default is the one that you just saw, which is with the letters, and then if you want to switch to the numbers, you'll have to click on the button below, and then you'll change the numbers. Or if you know that you're entering numbers only, you can just say number pad, and now when you run it, you'll see that instead of showing these letters, the alphabets, actually when I click on it, it shows me and again, this guy is in the way, so we'll move him around. Again, you'll see that those letters are not showing anymore, but you're actually seeing numbers. And maybe this makes more sense, right? Okay, so this is one way to do it, all right? But notice you don't have like a return key, but you can have a delete key here. Okay, this is important. We'll talk about this in the next video. Okay, what else can you do with this guy? So you can do number pad, and if you want to do decimal pad, you can do decimal pad here. All right, and you can click on it and run again. Now you get the decimal point. Okay, and then you can do, again, you can get here, and then you can click on the decimal point. Notice that enter a number value is not showing here, and we'll fix that in a minute. Okay, so, and then notice now you got the decimal point. All right, so this may be a better way to display numbers instead of the keyboard for the numbers, all right? Let's fix that issue with the keyboard, with that enter input text. Notice here in the view did load, the first thing we're doing is that we're setting it to 0, so it's actually hiding that enter text field. Okay, so I'm gonna comment this out, or enter number value. I'm gonna hide it out, and then if you run it, now you will see that placeholder that we were talking about. Okay, it's right there. All right, how about the keyboard? The keyboard, what happens is that if you go to the storyboard, I'm going to do it the easy way. Next time we'll talk about different strategies to handle the keyboard. What you're seeing here, this is a text field, and this text field, there's something called first responder in iOS, which is who's going to handle my input. Okay, and when I click on this text field, this becomes my first responder. Okay, if you want to resign it or you want to hide the keyboard, we'll just say resign first responder. So that's all we have to do. So to do this, I'm going to do the code assist, move this guy again, and let's take a look at where are we doing this conversion. First, I have an outlet. If you remember the outlet, I need that outlet in order to quit the keyboard. I have that outlet here that says txt input is the name of the outlet connected to this text field. Okay, so this is my first function that does that conversion C to F, right? So what you can do, all you have to do is that you type in the txt input field, that's that outlet, and then you type in resign first responder. Okay, and you can do the same thing in all the buttons, the actions. Okay, so we got 2 only. I'm going to put it in those 2. All right. Of course, you can put it in here and here, and I will leave that to you. All right, as part of the exercise. So now, if I run it, notice what's going to happen. Here's my app. Here's the number. Okay. If I do convert C to F, that keyboard is hidden. And why did it do that? Is because of that resign first responder. I'm going to show you one more way to do it, and that is by clicking anywhere on the view. The view controller has a method that is called touches ended. Okay, what that does, this function is called when you click somewhere on the view and then you lift your finger. So what happens here is that you can do the same thing. You can do txt input dot resign first responder. So now you have 2 ways to hide the keyboard, either by clicking here or touching here, or you touching any of these buttons. Now, one thing that you need to know, if you have multiple text field, you will have to repeat this in this touches ended because, or even here, because you don't know where the keyboard is, okay? So I'm gonna do this part here and notice what's gonna happen when we run it. The keyboard appears, and then I click here, the keyboard disappears, all right? You can put a value here and then click in here and the keyboard disappears, or you click on this one and this guy again. Even if we click in here and then click on this guy, the keyboard disappears. So that closes our app. This is the last part in our app. Again, what I showed you is it's simple and might not be ideal in all scenarios. In the next video, I'm going to show you how we work with text field and the different strategies that you have to handle the keyboards and then the processing of the keyboard. All right, I'll see you on the next video, and good luck with your first assignment.